lot of help. I went into a deep depression. I felt a lot of new anxieties that had come up that I had not. I thought that I knew what anxiety was, and I did not know what anxiety was. I think it was a combination of post-hormonal, basically postpartum hormones, which is what's happening to every woman who has miscarried, is they're experiencing postpartum hormonal shifts. And where's the support for that? There really is not a lot. And so I did a lot of things. I went back to therapy. I was still in therapy, so I continued therapy. I sought out a loss doula who helped me through this loss. That was really important. Even though it was only a few emails that we had back and forth, I felt extreme support from her. I ended up going to EMDR therapy, and that ended up being one of the most valuable things. It was expensive, and I was thinking, why am I spending this much money on myself? And I had to get out of that mind frame and just get into, this is something I need. I have to get better. I was at a point where I did not know how I could survive living this way. I felt like I was literally going to explode every day of my life. Simple things became so challenging I was fearful to drive. I was fearful to have my wife driving, to take our dog anywhere. Driving was like such a huge fear for me. And I learned later that this traumatic experience brought up so many old traumatic experiences I had yet to process. And one of them was around driving and around an auto accident or a pedestrian accident in which I was the first person to the victim. And I had to work through that. I kind of realized that my traumas were just chains, like linking up and getting stronger and stronger. And it wasn't until I went and did EMDR, where you are literally releasing trauma from your body, and where I was able to see how much I had stored up and held up and pushed down, and I literally couldn't do it anymore. So that was one of the main things, and through that, my therapist encouraged me to do trauma-informed yoga training. I am a yoga instructor, and so I knew I wanted to do more. I knew I wanted to be in this field of trauma because I had experienced such trauma and felt such lack of support around this specific thing that I knew that there were other people out there who needed that support. And so I did this training, and now I teach trauma-informed yoga to women and people who've experienced miscarriage and their partners and stillbirth as well, because I feel like even traumatic births in general, so C-sections, that even if the baby's fine now and the mom is fine now, that was still a traumatic event for a mom who may have wanted to have their baby naturally, and things changed and it was scary, and they may have thought they lost that child, and then they had to be cut open, and there's a lot of traumas there that we just don't give these people who are birthing these babies credit for, or we don't give them space to process. And so that's how this miscarriage for me has changed my whole path in my career, and I feel very strongly about providing that support for